This may sound surprising, and I'm sure this has something to do with the fact that I recently finished preaching through the book of Revelation for a year. But I was really encouraged to think about eschatology. I think sometimes in our circles that's a bit of an afterthought, or we can easily say, well, pre-mill, post-mill, a-mill, these different positions on the millennium. That is, how do we understand the 1,000-year reign of Christ? And people can quickly say, I'm pan-mill, just meaning it will all pan out. And I understand can be a good sense of wanting to find unity there. But in studying these things, I was impressed again with how much God means to encourage us now based on what he is promising us later. And my understanding, spoiler alert, I'm amillennial, my understanding of Revelation chapter 20 is that the dead in Christ are already now spiritually resurrected and alive with Christ. And you don't have to have that particular understanding of the millennium to believe that. But it was such an encouragement to think that when our loved ones die in Christ, they are more alive than ever before. And with my understanding of the end times and the millennium, though I think there's a contemporaneous growth of good and evil, there will be a period of intensification and tribulation at the end, yet I think we have reason for some optimism and for some hope that we are in a time where God is seeing to it that there is a great advance of the gospel, and that Satan has been bound so that he cannot deceive the nations, meaning that the gospel is going to have a wide expanse across the globe. And we've seen that over the last 2,000 years. It may not feel like that if you're in the United States or you're some part of the Western world where it feels like churches are emptying out, but you step back over 2,000 years and the church is growing just as Christ promised that it would, the only institution on earth that Jesus himself promised that he would build. So studying those doctrines and the way systematic theology is structured, those were the very last chapters that I wrote. So maybe they're fresh in my mind, but it was a real encouragement, me as a preacher, but just as a Christian, to keep speaking, keep sharing, keep living the faithful Christian life, and know that whatever I may see in my country or my neck of the woods, God is doing a great work of the gospel around the world.